Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Fire Force Season 1, Episode 21. We are coming up to the end of the season, but it has been a little bit since the last time I watched this. I took a little bit of a break. I talked about this in some of my other videos, if you watch any of those more recently. It ended up being a couple weeks because I just got busy and things got crazy and things are still crazy and I'm exhausted, but I'm back at it, and obviously there was no interruption for release for you guys. I had already recorded ahead, so you guys will still get the episodes as you didn't get any kind of like skipping of episodes or anything. So, but yeah. Either way, last episode we had the pretty intense fight between who was it? Shoot. Um it was Archer, right? Archer versus blah blah blah. Uh Hisawa. I always get his name wrong. Takahisa. We'll just go with that. But yeah, right? That was his name. If I go back up to episode 1. Yeah, Takahisa Hinawa. I always get that wrong. I don't know why I can't remember Hinawa. I keep trying to call him that, and I mess it up every time. I apologize, guys. But yeah, Takahisa. Um, the fight was crazy. There was a point where like he said his like eyelids were like singed to his eyes, and but he was still able to open them and do the thing. And Arthur came and helped, and seemingly cut Mirage in half. I believe that was Mirage, right? I believe it was. Yeah, because we had him from his training. He was able to wait, and he was able to sense the. Did I write it down? I didn't. He was able to sense like the intent or the life within the attack, and that was really cool. And he was able to sense when it was the real one and sense where the real one was, and like cut like right above Takahisa's head and everything. So crazy stuff, very cool. But we also had the tease of the evangelist knowing all, like what started all of this spontaneous human combustion and everything. So they definitely teased us with all this knowledge of things that I really want to know about and hope we learn before the anime ends. But uh, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Let's get started, shall we? All right, we're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, it's good to be back. Ah, the past. Yeah, we have Lisa and one other guy fighting Obi and Vulcan, right? Yes, that's right. Obviously, Giovanni. Shit, so they used a bug on her. Hmm. Nice. Awesome. Oh! What is that? What was that? Just a fire extinguisher. Just keep trying. Mmm. Jeez. Alright, LB. Yeah, she's hesitating slightly. We haven't even got an intro yet, have we? Oh shit! Nice. Vulcan catches her. Maybe. Hmm. Yes, of course. Oh. Oh, shit. That's creepy. Oh! That's where they go into the opening? God damn it. Ah, good job, Obi. It was nothing, like, insane, but it was effective, right? As simple as just planting a grenade on one of the tentacles. Oh man, I'm so tired. Today was an exhausting day. Dealing with we upgraded our internet and it's still not done. That's the depressing thing is we upgraded our internet, but the tech that came out here did nothing. He basically walked in the door. Essentially what he did was he walked in the door, he plugged in the modem, didn't configure it all. The internet wasn't even started yet and he just left. So like it took a little bit for the internet to finally kick on, but then like the modem has a built-in router, right? And then he gave us a pod which is supposed to extend it, I believe, but he didn't configure any of that. And then he just plugged in our old router to it as well before he left. And it was I don't know. It was just a mess. And I was on the phone for hours today. Okay. Enough. Sorry for the venting. Just manipulation. Come on, Lisa. Her shoes are crazy. Ugh. Her hair. Look at like the faces in his like stomach. Is this the person you want to go back to, Lisa? Damn. Shit. Is a gun gonna be enough with like his like? I guess the gear he's wearing is meant to protect from fires, not guns. But he seems to take physical hits too. I don't know. Shit. Just point blank too. Hmm. I feel like he's not actually down. Damn, her hair's... It did cut off a lot of her hair. Yes! Oh, shit! Ugh. Weights. When he removes them, he becomes so strong. Or fast. Oh. He just tore up that rail. So, Vulcan knew about it too. Whoa. Oh my god. This is a wild fight. I mean, I guess it makes sense. He used to be an apprentice, right? Giovanni. So it makes sense that he'd be able to do, like, mechanical stuff, too. He's just using a train rail to fight. $250 ago. The Amaterasu? The sun? Maybe the sun? What? What was that? Hmm. Shit. Okay, we're not done yet. Thought we were done. That's just the mid card. Shit. I've said shit a bunch of times this episode, I apologize. What is that? Oh god, his face. Oh my god, that's creepy as hell. Is he, like, sensing the evangelist? Or at least the evangelist's, like, strength or something? That's creepy. What the hell? This is some trippy shit. Oh. So he can't see it? Hmm. Huh. I love the way he always is when it comes to his brother. What a cool place to fight. Oh shit. Similar footprint. Such a grand stage we are on. That was cool. Oh, they're gone? Shit. Are they just... That's some cool visuals, guys. Holy shit. I like this. This is how fast they are. Oh my god, that's cool. Oh, look at that! It's great! It's so good! Ooh. Oh, the lighting! Whoa! What is that? Oh my god, this is great. Uh-oh. His face. Jeez. He couldn't even react to it. It was that fast. So he's not only that fast, yeah, he's like, he has another level. How can pyrokinesis do this? I ask that question about a lot of things in this show. Hey, Maki! God damn it, and then he just leaves. This guy... He's using the blunt end, isn't he? Oh, did he just turn it around now? Alright. Can he adjust to the speed? Oh, that's an image. I imagine at some point he's gonna react, right? To this attack. Eventually he's gonna, like, move in that state, maybe? I don't know. Brainwashing. Religion. Faith. Shit. Shit. Whoa. This... Ah! Now it's over. God damn it. Alright. Well. That fight between those two for that moment, like those visuals... like... if that's just a taste of what we're gonna get when they when they get going for real, I'm excited. Like, because what we just saw was amazing. If we get more, if we even get a little more of that, I'll be happy. Oh man. But yeah, I find it funny that we had the Vulcan and Obi fight that we saw. So Vulcan was just acting that he was so distressed. Like he oh, so tired, guys. He knew that he had armor that could withstand bullets, so he still just put on that whole performance of like, oh no, I can't do it. And, like, even knowing that if he shot him, he'd be fine. But maybe it probably still takes some level of mental fortitude to shoot someone, right? Like, regardless of knowing that they'll probably be okay. But alrighty, guys, that is it for episode 21. Yeah, we only have 22, 23, and 24. Yeah, so 3 more episodes, guys. Oh man. And then we have a whole nother season. But yeah. So yeah, Vulcan knew about the armor, so that's like a little silly. Like, I wonder what the purpose was of like acting that way. Maybe if Vulcan didn't struggle, it might have hinted to Giovanni that something was up, right? If he would just picked up the gun and shot him, he might have not been like tricked, and they might not have got like the little jump on him the way they did. But yeah, it was a cool fight. I mean, when you compare what we saw with Obi and them versus what we saw with Shinra and Sho, it's hard to even compete. But I like seeing them utilize the tools that they have at their disposal as being unpowered people, you know, in order to fight these powered people. It's really cool. Like, you have to use your wits and everything with distracting them and pretending he's losing while he applies those little grenades and gets them on the tentacles, and probably waited till the tentacle got like close, because it was like her base like exploded, right? Like where it wasn't just like because if like a tentacle exploded, we already saw like nothing really happens. But he had to make sure that grenade before it went off would return to her as a whole and blast away all the fire at its source. And then Vulcan coming in for the catch and everything was really cool. Like, obviously I feel like we have room for Lisa to come back to our side. I felt that way, you know, ever since she had like one little look after she turned. It made me realize, like, okay, yeah, I think she's gonna come back to our side at some point. But yeah, I hope she does, because she's a cool character. I like her, you know, at least the way she was before, the way we had her back before we found out who she really was. I thought her personality was cool. She's a very attractive character, and I like her design. It's pretty cool with like she's wearing like pants, but one of like the legs is like cut off and stuff like that. Oh, which is an interesting design. But which I noticed in the flashback, she was wearing like pants that are similar. So that's just like, I just always find it funny when anime characters wear kind of like the same stuff all the time. It happens in a lot of anime, but it's just funny seeing her as like a kid wearing that, and then as an adult wearing that. It's like, so does she actively like buy pants and then cut off one of the legs just because she likes the way it looks? I don't know. This is like the stupid little things that I think about. But yeah, other than that, we got a lot of info, right? Like 250 years ago is when like the first Adola burst happened, or whatever it seems like, or when this all began. They talked about like what they fear, but they never gave us the answer to it. And they said they feared it before spontaneous human combustion, before any of this. I wonder what it is. Like, my thought is like, okay, so me being naive to what this story is like bringing to the table, I wonder if it has to do with, like there was a long time ago. I don't think it's as feared now as it was back then, but um there's a time in our history where people worshiped the sun and like feared it as well. So is it possible that all of this stems from the sun? Is it possible the Adola, like the source of the Adola burst, is a uh like maybe there was a massive I'm trying to think of the term for it. It's like when every now and then the sun has these little like bursts, um bursts, right? That's what like made me think of it is, but I can't remember the term. Oh man, that's gonna bug the crap out of me. There is it a solar flare? Maybe that's what it is, a solar flare. So was there like a really big solar flare that hit the Earth and it was enough to like scorch a lot of, because like a lot of the land is scorched, right, and everything, there's only like this little bit left. Was it enough to scorch a lot of the land, and it also like altered something within the human genetics in order to allow people to wield this Adola burst, and maybe it either brought that type of insect to this planet because they talked about insects being this like potential terrestrial life and everything. Like, is it possible that with that burst came those insects and the abilities that some humans got, as well as some of them being more close to that original solar flare, right, and it being the Adola burst and Link and everything. um I'm not sure. And maybe the evangelist is like one of the first pyrokinetics ever or something. I don't know. It's like it's a really rough theory, but I was just trying to think, like he was talking about something that humans feared far before far before all this. And we have fire, like we have this burst, which made me think of solar flares and everything. Like it would make sense to me if that's how they did it, but it could be something completely different, and they could explain it in a way that would make sense. I trust the show that it knows where it's going, and it'll tell me eventually. But that was just like what I was thinking throughout the episode. Like I think I mentioned the sun at one point during the reaction, and then I thought about it as we were going with the idea of solar flares and creating the Adola burst and all that. But yeah, the imagery of this episode was just amazing. I like the reference to like moths to a flame when it talks about terrestrial, like insects being this terrestrial life, and these bugs that create pyrokinetics and cause spontaneous human combustion in people that aren't like capable of handling the power and stuff like that. And talking about how these the insects do kind of coalesce around the fire and everything, just hinting further at the idea that these bugs are capable. I mean, I guess it makes more sense than like a tiger that causes spontaneous human combustion, because they don't really like roam around fire too much. But I don't know. It's like I just like the reference and everything, and using that like moth to a flame little adage to bring it all together was really cool. But then we also had uh they also mentioned while we're on this topic, spontaneous human combustion is caused by Adola bursts. So that implies that there might be some like, are there still from the sun like solar flares happening maybe, or is it an individual that is letting out these bursts, and every now and then some people are affected, kind of thing, and that's what causes, because obviously the bugs are some of the spontaneous human combustion, but they still said that there's like actual spontaneous human combustion that has nothing to do with the bugs happening. So it seems like maybe there's some kind of burst going out. I don't know, is that being done by a person, or is that just being done by the sun itself, kind of thing, if that theory is true. But I look forward to learning more about that. I feel like I feel like this show is doing a very good job. I have to know the rest first to know if I really like agree with this theory, but I have this theory that the show is like peppering in all these like little things to hint at what the full answer is, and then when we find out the full answer, we're gonna be like, oh, and they teased it here, 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 and here. You know, like I'll probably be able to go back to my notes with some of this stuff and be like, yeah, this was a tease and this was a tease. You know, and I think that's great. That's great story writing is when you can give people the hints and it not be so obvious that they can come up with the answer, right? But still be like obvious enough that it's not just out there, right? Like it's still something that connects the idea of what they're trying to convey to us, but not in a way that we are able to guess it with like the first hint, right? Because obviously it wouldn't be a mystery anymore if they just gave us such an obvious hint that we knew the answer right away. So I just think that's genius story writing when you can pepper in little hints like that without giving it away. Very cool. Very, very cool. But as for the rest of the episode, we had just insane visuals with everything leading up to the fight with Shinra and Sho and everything. With those visuals of these little skeleton hands and this other like little world and all that, like I don't know what it all means and stuff like that, but it was definitely like because we had like Shinra like leaning over himself kind of thing with like blood dripping out of his eyes, or was that like flame essence or something? I don't know what it was, but something like dripping out of his eyes. It was like creepy, and we cut to like him being younger, you know, with Sho and everything. And then it had the demon thing coming out of the ground and then referencing back to the fire. So is that hinting that like is that the evangelist and is that what caused the fire at their place kind of thing? Like was it the evangelist that killed their mom and took Sho and everything? But yeah, like I don't really know. And then it showed like the captain of like what was that? Was it Squad 1? Um the guy with the eye patch, and then it showed like a far shot of him like with like scratches across his face and everything. Like there's so many little imagery things that I don't quite know what they mean, but I bet if you've seen the show and you know all the answers, or maybe you need to know the manga too, kind of thing. I don't know. I don't even know if the manga is still going on, if we have all the answers yet, or whatever. But I imagine going back to that might shine a light and be like, you'd be able to be like, oh wow, so that's what that meant, you know. But yeah, it was still like cool imagery, even though I don't fully understand it. Very cool. But then the fight started. I absolutely loved, like there were a couple moments early on in the fight where it showed just like a little bit of shimmer of fire around Shinra's feet, just showing that he's like ready in a moment's notice to blast off kind of thing. But then when things got going and we were kind of seeing things from Victor's perspective, and the fact that we're just seeing like the, you know, like all the, we saw them standing there talking and everything, and all the lights like faded to darkness to kind of show us the darkness that they're experiencing, because I think they lighten up the scenes and everything for us, but I'm pretty sure these tunnels are like really dark all the time. But seeing like Victor's perspective kind of with just like the fire footprints like circling around him and everything, and like the fact that they like go and like stab right next to Victor and everything, and it shows Sho, but then like the light keeps progressing and you see Shinra there as well, like holding the blade back and stuff. It was just, it was genius. Whoever decided, whether, I don't know how this was portrayed in the manga, if they kind of like recreated the fight scene from some of the stuff we got to see in the manga, or if they just came up with this on their own. But I think it was just a spark of genius what we saw here, and just seeing like the footprints go around, great. But then we actually got to see them in their perspective fighting, and that was cool too, of like just like spinning around him, and I'm pretty sure that was Shinra like kind of wrapping him up a bit and everything, but like it was like for a moment it was just insane animation in the fight and everything, and it was something else, something incredible, and I want more. I love when a show can just display it's like a work of art, seeing the way they handle fights in some anime, and you know when it's a good one because you just like feel it. Like there's a lot of anime I watch and the fights are just like you know. But when you get something like this, you know that's like a spark of a good anime. It's something you're gonna remember and stuff like that. So props to them with this episode, and I mean we still have 3 more, and the fight with them isn't done. But that being said, we had Sho a little bit more of Victor understanding Sho's ability, talking about the heat that expands the universe, if that's what Sho is tapping into, and talking about his own universes and everything. Like it seems like he's tapping into this you know, like the heat that triggered the Big Bang kind of thing, and stuff like that. Like that's some insane shit, and because of that he's able to like almost stop time kind of thing they were saying. But it kind of reminds me of Hunter x Hunter, where they Meruem versus Netero, where Netero just moves so damn fast that you just see him like doing his moves while the king is right there like frozen in front of him, and it's a really cool visual, and that's kind of what we got here. And I feel like maybe there's going to be a point where Shinra starts to adapt to that like speed. Maybe I hope so anyway, because it'd be really cool to suddenly have like him move in that state and Sho just get like shocked by it, and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting. I'm starting to get worried that maybe Sho is so powerful that we don't beat him this season, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I still feel like there's a level. I still feel like we will, but we'll have to wait and see. So, anyway, crazy stuff, guys. I love it because the fights are really good. Like that Maki fight was amazing. Even as funny as it was, the Tamaki fight was funny as well. The Takahisa fight was very good. The Obi one could have been better, but it was more about trying to save Lisa than it was about those guys fighting. At least it seemed like to me, right? And Giovanni even said he was just buying time, and then he just took off. So, but it's like I love when a show can demonstrate really good fights, but also have a story that's very compelling and interesting as well, and still be able to provide us with info while those fights are going on and everything. So I'm just really I'm loving the show. So, but that's going to be it from me. Thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see 2 more episodes ahead. You can do so through the early access tier. There's also Patreon exclusive content on there. Check it out if you're interested. Thank you guys so much. Link in the description should be popping up on the screen. I'll see you guys in my future reactions. Bye bye.